guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today of course it's a reading vlog. It's a completely different take on all my videos on my channel. As you know, I'm someone to do a lot of book reviews, short stories, songwriting, and quite a lot of books that I talk about on this channel. So today we're going to be reviewing one book that I'm really looking forward to be reviewing. Is The Fourth Wind by Rebecca Yarros. I'm really looking forward to be reviewing this book, especially in particular doing a reading vlog, because as I was reading this book, I got this book in the bookstore. I was really excited about getting this book, to be honest, because I heard a lot of good reviews about this book. But personally for me, I want to take a different approach. I want to read it from my own perspective instead of looking at the book from other people's perspective. So let's get digging. So let's read. Friends and enemies and lovers, everyone has an agenda. Violet Sorrengail expected to live a quiet life surrounded by books until she's forced into the world's deadliest training ground. Now she must fight to join the army's elite, dragon riders. But dragons don't choose fragile riders, they incinerate them. When your body breaks as easy as Violet does, death is only a heartbeat away. Every night could be your last. Many would kill Violet to better their own chances of success. The rest will kill her simply because of the last name, including Rufus Exton Rosen, her family's greatest enemy. With the odds staked against her, Violet must use every edge of her wits can give her to just see her the next sunrise, because once you enter Baysgate War College, there are only two ways out: to graduate or die. Instantly, the whole summary of the whole book, the blurb, caught my attention, and I really like it. And of course, it reminds me of a lot of the previous books that I used to read when I was a bit more younger. Like, it's like, my own opinion of this book is it reminds me of Hunger Games, cross between like a romance book, because it's not when you read a book, it's not your particular protagonist. Like, Violet Sorrengail isn't someone who's naturally very strong and all of that. She's perceived as being weak because she is a scribe who spends her days and her life being surrounded by books. And once she enters this college, she finds that she has to adapt to this new way of surviving. And in particular, her name is Sorrengail, her surname. She's at risk of dying, and Exton Rosen, he wants to kill her. But however, this all changes as you read the book. I'm not going to give any spoilers. I'm going to be very careful of how I word it, because anyone out there who wants to get the book, I'm not going to give any spoilers. Or I suggest read the book and then come back to this video. But I'm just going to say, like, in terms of the like Exton Rosen and Violet Sorrengail, their relationship is that at first he wants to kill her, but then after a while he almost softens up to her and realises that they have sort of like a love interest for each other, and that all switches. Because one thing that I like about this book, it plays on the fact that she's not your typical character that you probably expect in this world of War College, that she's strong, she's very a warrior, she's got courage and determination, she's very resilient. But in this novel, she's actually presented as very weak, and she's mentally smart,
as gentle as a summer breeze.
But over the course of the novel, we see that progressive. She has to learn from her failures, and she
in
also
this
has
quiet
to learn to pick herself up,
moment, skin to
because she's in a college which a majority
we find the strength to let love in.
So let the
midnight silence sing our tender hearts in a gentle swing.
So when I was reading it, I find like I was able to relate to it, and I was able to relate to it in the sense that it's not this type of character. I was able to relate to it because it showed that she's strong in a different way, and that's what makes her stand out the most. And as I was reading it, I find that in the first chapter you see that she's quite interested in books, but in terms of what chapter I am on, I just finished chapter 24. This is the bit where she, a couple 2 chapters away from chapter 24, is when she was fighting what's his name again? Jack Barlow, one of the students at Baysworth War College, and basically he used all his powers. You have to remember, a lot of them are training with dragons, and a lot of the powers that they already have is channeled through the dragon. dragons that they are partnered up
And
with.
in
So
this
these powers don't
fragile,
come naturally to them. A lot of these
fleeting
powers that
time
they
we
have come from the
share,
dragons that they are with.
all that
And the fight scene
matters
happens
is
in
we're
chapters ago when
both
he
here.
forces
Let
Caroline
the
to
world
try to-
fade to a
He
distant
tries to almost
blur.
outshine
Here
Violet
and
or
now,
try to
it's
hurt
just
her.
me
But
and
good
her
thing is,
in the
Violet has got
stillness.
supportive friends around her who was there to put this forward. Even the instructor said, not instructor, even the
Growing
teacher said at the college
stronger
that
in the
Jack was being a bit too ruthless with the whole training scene and he had to stop, but he didn't stop, and that's what that she could have nearly died, but she didn't die
So
because she
let
had a
the
teacher and she had a lot of
midnight
friends around her.
silence sing
And that's what I like about the book,
our
the importance of friendship
tender
and
hearts in a
encouraging each other
gentle
despite
swing.
being different in the world that doesn't fit to
vulnerability we
your own
find
type of
our
world that you're in.
grace, holding on in the
So, when I was reading the book, the one thing that I really liked in terms of quotation, I didn't really make any notes of quotation, but I like the whole fantasy / military trope on the whole novel. It reminds me, it's like a very military type of trope, but at the same time it has very light-hearted humour and it has a lot of fantasy in it and a bit of romance, and that's what I like about it. When I read the book, Percy, for me, it makes me feel strong, it makes me feel really, it's good world building and it's very detailed and in depth, like you really understand Violet as a person and what she's enduring in this world that she's about
beneath
to
the
go into.
moon's
So my
soft
favourite quote
silver
is,
light, two souls unite in the
so it
hush
says,
of
so it starts off straight away
night.
into the world
Touch
of
as gentle
that she's
as
about
a
to go into
summer
conscription
breeze.
day is always the deadness.
Melts
Maybe
away
that's why
the
sunrise
world's
is especially beautiful this morning, because I know it
In
might
this
be my
quiet
last.
moment,
So
skin to
instantly she get
skin,
dug into this
we
world
find
of
the strength to
conscription.
let
Before she
love
goes into
in.
school,
So
college,
let
she has to
the
go through
midnight
conscription.
silence
And
sing
it's,
our
she knows that when she enters
tender
this college, there's a chance that
hearts
she
in
might die.
a gentle
And Percy, for
swing.
me, when I read this book, it gives me a sense of
vulnerability, we
unease
find our
because you don't know
grace,
if she's going to survive.
holding
And also,
on in
plus,
the
I haven't finished
sacred
this book.
space.
I'm literally just on chapter 25, and also, as you know, when you watch this video, I done reading time lapse of me reading this book, so you'll see that I'm actually reading this book as well. So yeah, so when I was reading this book, I find if someone asks me what's your favourite character, I'd be like, my favourite character is maybe Violet, because I like how she's very smart, but at the same time she has this type of personality that she's not easy to back down quite easily. She's someone, she's almost that one character
Every
like, don't
breath
underestimate
you
me
take,
type of
a
character.
sigh so
And that's what I like about the
sweet.
whole Fourth Wing story. And when all the characters in the
The
beginning, there's a
rhythm
sense of, this is my
of our
interpretation, all the characters are very distant in the beginning of the novel, especially going into the college. But as you
And in
progress
this
into the novel, you find that all of them are almost
fragile,
interweaving
time
together and
we
they get used to each other. But you
all
have to
that
remember,
matters is
you have to
we're
remember Violet
both
is literally
here.
Let
in
the
first
world
year.
fade
She's not
to
full
a
wing yet,
distant
and all
blur.
of that. So
Here
she's just
and
in
now,
first year.
it's just
Going
me
into
and
this world
her in
completely.
the
So all of the
stillness.
characters are very distant, they don't know each other, and she's in this sort of difficult
Flight.
situation of thinking, will I survive?
Growing
Will I die?
stronger
And then
in
you see
the
that, you see someone changing her. Once she is friends with this girl named Rayanen, I love that character, I love her character. So she's very
So
bubbly,
let
very
the
humble, and very
midnight
encouraging as a
silence
friend to Violet,
our
Sarah.
tender
And I
hearts
find
in
like
a
within
gentle swing.
the whole world, and she helps her and tells her
vulnerability,
that
we
you can do
find our
it,
grace,
don't doubt yourself and all that.
holding
And when
on
they
in
do
the
stuff together and when they do well in the college, they congratulate each other, and that's a really good thing. It's not like a very typical college type of book where it's exclusion and all of that of certain groups that split into different societies or different friendship groups. Everyone is almost in the same boat. But the thing is, you do see some people who want to kill, and you do see the decline in students' numbers, because you have to remember it's graduate or die, and that's what I like about the book.
In the stillness
notes that I
of the
made,
night, my dear.
Let's just say when
Whispered
reading
secrets
chapter
only hearts
20.
can hear.
chapter 24. Chapter 24
Beneath
is actually
the
the longest
moon's soft
chapter,
silver
and that's my
light,
own
two
opinion.
souls unite in the hush
I think
of
it's chapter away. I'm just looking for the
night.
Your
chapter.
touch as gentle as a summer breeze melts melts away the
Yeah, it's chapter
world's
24. The chapter 24 did
In
surprise
this
me a little
quiet
bit.
moment,
Because you are
skin to
starting to
skin,
sort of see a sense
we
of
find the
like,
strength
she's
to
almost
let
trying to, when
love
reading
in.
it,
So let
you
the
see that she's starting to
midnight
question her
silence
strength. But at the
sing
same time,
our
there's another part of her
tender
that's like, I'm not
hearts in a
afraid, I'm willing
gentle
to
swing.
overcome this.
In vulnerability,
And like,
we find
that's what I
our
love about this
grace.
book. So for
Holding
me, I
on
think
in the
definitely
sacred
chapter 24, you do see her question herself, but at the same time, you see her rising above it and proving that she is strong and she's not weak. But personally for me, the one thing that's good about this book, even though I haven't read all of it, it's almost showing that you don't have to be physically strong, you can be both. And also it shows that people do become stronger with time. And that's what I like about this book. It's not intimidating in the sense that, even though it's a real world, that you have to become instantly stronger. You just have to just almost survive and of course be yourself and be who
Every
you are as a
breath you
person.
take,
So, as I'm reading, I'm starting to understand the main character. I'm starting to understand Violet a bit more better. But I'm also starting to understand her
the
love interest
rhythm
between
of our love.
Exton Rosen. That's how you say his name.
And
And
in
I'm starting to
this
understand that there's a sense
fragile,
of like,
fleeting
I haven't come
time
to the
we
bit of the novel,
share,
even though I'm looking forward
all
to it. I
that
already skipped, I
matters
already
is
went
we're
past the chapter
both
with Lady
here.
Nip,
Let
of
the
course,
world
spoilers
fade
alert.
to a
But I'm
distant
not, there's probably
blur.
another scene where
Here
it's
and
what
now,
happened
it's
between them
just
and all of that.
me and her
But-
in the stillness.
Yeah.
Love
So,
takes
with like
flight.
the whole world, I'm just on chapter 20,
Growing
25, so that's where I saved my chapter
in the
for.
night.
So in terms of ratings, I would give this book, this is quite a hard rating to do because most of the books I've been talking about in my reviews, I give them very good ratings. Yeah, so with this book, in terms of rating, I would give it about a 9 out of 10. Personally for me, I haven't finished the book, but I would give it a 9 out of 10. And the reason is that the book is actually very good, in my opinion. It has perfect world building, the characters are perfectly put in place and interwoven with the setting of the whole novel completely. And I'm really fingers crossed. I have this bit of maybe anxiety that will she survive, but I know in my heart she will survive. So I do hope as I read this book she does survive this college and it does happen. I hope she doesn't die, and she shouldn't die because she's very smart and she's grown with her strength. So
Whispered secrets
looking on the
only
notes that I made
hearts can
is
hear. Beneath the
my
moon's
prediction on
soft
the world,
silver
my
light,
prediction on what's
two
going to happen. I think
souls
she's going to survive a
unite
lot of these
in the
challenges.
hush of
I think she's going to. It's always
Your
with these type of books,
touch
something
as
is going to
gentle as a
happen.
summer
Either way, she's going to
breeze
die, and if she dies,
melts away
someone
the
might take
world's
over. But I'm just saying, I know she's going to survive.
In
She's
this
very
quiet
smart,
moment,
and that's her
skin
secret
to
weapon.
skin,
So I have a feeling
we
she
find the
is going to
strength to
survive.
let love in.
So
So in
let
terms of
the
reading this
midnight
book, something who's an
silence
inspiring
sing
author,
our
aspiring
tender
writer, someone
hearts
who wants
in
to be
a
a writer in the future,
gentle
someone who's
swing.
ready sort of doing writing
In
already.
vulnerability we find our grace, holding on in this sacred space.
I'm excited to apply some of these ideas into my next writing session. This book has made me realise that the more descriptive you make your work, the more better it becomes and the more engaging, more intriguing, more interesting it is. So when I read these books, I'm reading for enjoyment, but also I'm reading for pure as learning how to write and how to be a good storyteller. But personally for me, this book is completely a wonderful read. I did enjoy it. It's one of those books that on a summer's day you sit down and you read and you just sort of enjoy it.
Every
You just sail
breath
through
you
it
take,
slowly. You take your time
a
on it. It's not a quick read
sigh
or anything, and that's what I like about this book. So of course, as you draw end to this video, as you know, I'm going to give you a choice. You can like, comment, subscribe, and of
In
course in the
this
comment section, I
fragile,
want you to ask these
fleeting
main
time
questions.
we share,
I want you to ask these
all that
questions.
matters is
Have you
we're
read this
both
book?
here.
Let the
What are you
world
reading this
fade
month? Which book should
to
I
a
read
distant
And
blur.
would you like to review
Here
more science?
and
Would you
now
like me to
it's
review more
just
science fiction,
me and
fantasy, or
her in
literary
the
fiction?
stillness.
So I just want to see comments in the section about those
Flight.
questions I asked you and see what you think.
Growing
So thank you for
stronger
watching my YouTube
in the
video, and I'll keep posting more about updates on Fourth Wing and what I'm been reading so far and the chapters. So bye.
So let the